What's up, everyone? I hope everyone's doing good. Happy Tuesday now. So, in this episode, I'm basically going to talk about kind of the media and how they've just been their aspect of awfulness during this whole pandemic thing. I'll get to all of it. My name is Sean Clifton, and this is the God and Freedom Show, Daily Edition. Alrighty, so yeah, let's just jump right into it. Basically, I mean, if you're conservative or at all not far left, you know how awful the media is. I mean, they've been like this for years. It's not like the media would like to portray themselves. Oh, it's only Trump that made them dislikable from the American people. No, we've disliked the media before Trump. And like their coverage during this the coronavirus pandemic has pretty much exacerbated their like just awfulness and everything. I mean, they've been awful throughout this whole administration, but like during this pandemic, I swear, like they upped it up a notch. So for the past like few weeks or so, like their biggest thing is that they've been saying that if you want to reopen at all, like just say, yeah, we should reopen responsibly, well, we need to get people back to work, then you are called a grandma killer by them, like saying, like, how dare you say something like that? Don't you care about grandma? Huh? So, the questions they've been asking President Trump during press conferences that has nothing to do with providing information. It's all about their virtual signaling and everything. And talking about virtual signaling, like they've been number one at that. So if you saw like a couple days ago, there was a reporter for I believe CNN, I'm not getting that wrong. Basically, like she was wearing a mask during the press conference, but then after the cameras were off, she took it off. So basically, these media pundits are basically wearing the mask just to virtual signal to people, see we're taking it seriously, and they're pointing at Trump for not wearing a mask to see he's not taking it seriously. He wants to kill grandma. So, flash forward a few days later to today. So now that we got more information about this virus and how the infection rates are going right now, and as I stated yesterday in my episode, is that the virus infection rates have actually gone down for daily infection rates. Like here in Georgia, for example, the number of daily hospitalizations, the number of daily infections have gone down pretty dramatically, and it's pretty cool to see. And as like more of that information comes out, it becomes more and more clear that okay, we don't really need to stay locked down like that. And even like people in the media and Democrats are starting to acknowledge that. But of course, they're doing it in the most awful way possible, and like just they're framing it now in a way that they were always on the side of workers and want to get people back to work or something like that. So here's actually a clip from a press conference today where a reporter basically asked President Trump about his plan for reopening, and the question is just abysmal. Here's the clip right here.
Mr. President, why haven't you announced a plan to get 36 million unemployed Americans back to work? You're overseeing historic economic despair. What's the delay? Where's the plan?
I think we've announced a plan. We're opening up our country. Just a rude person you are. We're opening up our country. We're opening it up very fast. The plan is that each state is opening, and it's opening up very effectively. And when you see the numbers, I think even you will be impressed, which is pretty hard to impress you. Yeah, go ahead, please.
A lot of these jobs are not coming back.
You got it about President Trump. I mean, he's exactly right with that. I mean, what kind of question is that? Like, seriously, like she literally asked, like, "Oh, do you have a plan to get people back to work or something?" Never mind that. Like a couple weeks back, that he actually introduced this plan, but people are calling him grandma killer. Governor Kemp implemented the plan, and people calling him grandma killer. So this report has the audacity to actually ask him, like, when are you going to come up with a plan? Don't you care about workers or whatnot? So good on good for him and have the response that he has. Seriously, good on him. Like, just the media, I just swear, sometimes, like, you gotta wonder if they have any self-awareness at all. Like, literally at all. So, as another example of this, like, I'm not gonna read the piece of it, but just really, I'll post actually the piece to link below. I mean, I might read this. I mean, just let me actually find it. So it's a piece from the New York Times, and it's an opinion piece, and it's titled "Believe All Women is a..." Sorry, what's this computer doing? Sorry, "Believe All Women is a right-wing trap." You heard that correctly. It's the whole "believe all women" phrase is a right-wing trap. Like, sure, it was the right and conservatives that implemented the idea that you must believe all women despite them not having evidence or whatsoever. I mean, this comes on the back of like Tara Reid and her allegation against Joe Biden. As I stated a few times on my show, is that she has some corroborating evidence, but her case overall is not it's not efficient enough to say that Biden's definitely guilty. I think it's just a last minute smear, in my opinion. It's kind of like what they did with Kavanaugh. But the media treatment of this whole thing is just abysmal and a clear double standard. So during the Kavanaugh thing, they were perfectly okay to smear Kavanaugh as a gang rapist without evidence whatsoever. But with the Joe Biden case, okay, we need to wait for evidence. We need to wait for evidence to see if she comes out with any facts. Weird, because that's what we've all been saying. What I've been saying for a couple of years at this point, ever since the Kavanaugh thing. So what in the world are you gone on about? I swear, the media and their utter lack of self-awareness, it just is pretty astonishing to me. Like, there's a reporter last week that went to a protest lockdown, protest rally or something like that, and like he was going around filming people and everything, and like they were shouting at him and everything, and he went on Twitter saying like, these awful people are shouting at me. How dare they? We are the media. We are the media. We must be respected. I mean, it's stuff like that. Just stuff like that. They make themselves out to be the victim when they're really the main cause of all the madness in this country. Really, it's really because of them that the coronavirus pandemic just got insane the way it did. Because if the media didn't get its hands on it, really, yes, we still would have seen the infections here, but it wouldn't have been like how it is now. I think governments would have taken more responsible approaches, not fully locked down. But since when the media gets its hand on it, and then just pressuring state governments and local governments to do their bidding or something like that, it's pretty gross. And this is why people hate the media, and they so richly deserve every ounce of criticism that comes their way. And this is why Trump is president right now, because of his attacks on the media. And again, they so richly deserve it. Alrighty, so I think that's all I have for today. So I'll be back here tomorrow with whatever else I want to talk about. I'll see y'all then. My name is Sean Clinton, and this is the God of Freedom Show, Daily Edition. If you enjoyed this episode of the God of Freedom Show, hit that like button and follow the page to get more content. You can also find me on your favorite podcast listening sites like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Thank you for listening or watching.